everyone, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing a full face of Covergirl products. Some of them are new to my channel and some of them I have used in previous videos before. But I like the whole concept of Covergirl because they are a cruelty-free brand, which I really appreciate, and they're very good quality for a drugstore brand. So if you want to see what products I use, then let's get into the video. So I'm really excited to do this video today because I like doing one brand videos, and I've never really done like a whole Covergirl. I try Covergirl products here and there. It's not usually a brand that I've gravitated to. There's certain products that I like from the brand that I continually use, but to do a whole face, I thought this was really exciting to do. And I did have to purchase a few products, so as I'm going through them, I'll show you which ones they are. And some of them look like they're new. They were new in the drugstore, so I was super thrilled to try them out. So we're going to start first off. I have my my moisturizer on, my sunscreen. I've got eye cream on, so that's all set. So one of the first products that I did see is it's a Covergirl Simply Ageless Blurring Serum. So I picked this one up. I haven't tried it yet. Some of these are going to be like a totally first impression. So it comes in like a little tube like that. And what I liked about it is it says, creates a soft focus effect for a flawless finish, blurs imperfections, reduces the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. Skin looks more youthful, so you can wear this under makeup or use as a perfect base for a complexion that looks perfected. So I was always looking, I'm always looking for new primers and stuff like that. So I thought, well, let's give this a try. So it comes out like a lotion. So I guess I'm going to concentrate it on the pores and where I normally put primer. It doesn't really have a scent. I have a few other Covergirl primers that I use. I've used them on my channel before, but since this one was new and it says that it's part of that whole Simply Ageless line, I know that that's been around for a while. I'll show you the foundation that I have for it. But I like how this one just is specifically designed, it said, for the Simply Ageless. So that feels really nice. Wow, that feels really soft on my skin. Oh, I like that. Oh, that's very beautiful. It's not tacky, and the lotion has really seeped in. Very nice. I like that. So I'm going to let that sit on my face, and then we're going to go in with another product that I just found as well. So it is the Eye Lift Serum. Okay, so it comes... has a clear bottom right here. Don't mind the nails. I'm just giving my nails a break this week for nail polish. And the claims on this one say, instantly gives your eyes a more youthful look, formulated with a polymer complex, reduces the appearance of wrinkles, sagging skin, and puffy bags under the eyes. Use alone or on top of liquid makeup. Well, I'm going to just use it as a kind of like a primer under my eyes. And then on here, it just kind of shows, it says after 30 minutes after application. So you can kind of see there's a lady there. So the top is the before and then the bottom is the after. So you can see that there is less wrinkles on that. So, do we believe those claims? Who knows? Thought it was worth a try. And I wanted to really hydrate under my eyes. That's why I already have eye cream under there, because the concealer that I'm using can be a little bit drying. Oh, so that's different. Okay, so I don't know if you can kind of watch when it's coming out. So it looks like that. And we'll just throw that on, because I want all of this to sit for a few minutes before I go in with start going in with the foundation. Okay, so this is a little bit more tackier than the primer was. But oh my goodness, you guys, that primer was, well, I don't know if it's called a blurring serum. I don't know if you're supposed to use it as a primer, but that's what I'm using it for. And oh my goodness, is my skin ever soft. Oh, I don't know if it's done any blurring necessarily. I'm going to just put a bit more right in here and right here where I usually have foundation. That's when it settles into my fine lines. It settles into my smile lines. So I'm just going to put more just in these areas right here. Okay, so let's see how this serum does on my under eyes. So we're just going to let that all settle into my pores, and then I'll do my eyebrows and stuff like that to let that give time to settle in. So we're going to go with the Covergirl. This is the Easy Breezy Brow Micro Define Eyebrow Pencil. I have this one in the shade Rich Brown. It's not my perfect shade match. I think I could go a little bit darker, but this is about, I'm going to say, my second favorite behind my Maybelline one. I would say this comes in number 2. I do really enjoy this one. It has, again, just like a really nice microfine tip, and then it has the spoolie on the other side. This spoolie isn't as soft as my Maybelline one, but it's pretty decent for a drugstore eyebrow pencil. And I'm just gonna do quick little strokes here. Okay, so now the brows are done. And as this primer has now settled in, it is giving me more of like a blurring effect right in this area here where I kind of put that extra, the lotion. So far I'm liking it. I was going to say don't mind the hair today. It's not cooperating with me, so I just threw it up into a messy bun. And we'll see how it looks by the end of the tutorial here. So we're going to go in with a new foundation. It's new to me. It's not a new foundation in the store. This has been around for like a really long time, I think. Covergirl, it's the Covergirl Plus Olay Simply Ages. It is the 3-in-1 foundation. And I have this in the shade 220 Creamy Natural. But this has hyaluronic complex and vitamin C in it. And what it says on the very back is instantly reduces the appearance of wrinkles, improves tone, delivers firming moisture. With that the Olay in it. Now this one does also come in a powder foundation formula, but I prefer liquid foundation, so I just wanted to try it with this one here. Okay, so it just does come out and looks like a regular foundation. I'm not exactly sure how much to start off with, so I'm just going to start off with that. That was basically one pump, and I was hoping that this would be a good shade match. I was able to, purchase it in the store, so I took another foundation from another brand. I brought it over and tried to compare the two. And I find that's about the only way that I can really do it in the drugstore is there's a foundation that I know is my right shade. So I take that one and I kind of shade match it with the other brands. I'm not going to say this really has a scent. Well, it has a kind of a little scent to it, I guess. But nothing, it's not perfumey. Kind of smells like Olay, like moisturizer. I'm not going to do a wear test on this. I'll just see how it kind of wears throughout the tutorial here. So it seems to be blending in pretty nicely. What I'll do is at the end of the night, I'll assess how it has worn through the day, and I'll probably just leave that down in the description box and let you know kind of how it did. And I'm just using an e.l.f. sponge. This is my favorite sponge. So actually the shade is pretty good because I haven't even done my neck yet, and it's blended pretty good. So that's always makes me so happy when I actually get the shade right. So I'm going to say this is more of a light to medium. I can still see, my natural skin poking through, which is nice. And it feels very creamy. You can definitely feel the skincare in there. And I'm just going to do a little bit of spot concealing. I always make sure I take it down my neck. But it is blending out really nicely. I do like that. Okay, so this is with it all blended in now. I think it did a really nice job. Like I said, it's a medium, like a light to medium coverage, but it has really settled into my pores quite nicely. These areas here where I have more pores, it has kind of blurred from that serum. I can see it in here. But overall, it does look very nice. It's kind of giving me a radiant look, but it's not like a flat matte at all. So that's probably with all the skincare ingredients, like the vitamin C and the hyaluronic acid in it. So that's quite nice. If you notice kind of here, I'm actually filming on a Sunday today. Normally I usually do it on the Saturday, but I had put out, I think 3 videos this week, and it was just the timing of everything. So it just kind of got bombarded. And like I was thinking to you guys, I'm thinking, I hope you guys don't think that I don't want to come across as an infomercial sometimes, and so when companies reach out to me, I I'm very picky about what items I want to show on my channel, and I think if it's something that interests me, that it may interest you guys as well. So I'm quite picky about when they reach out and they want to send me products. So the last few that I did, really enjoy them. The Skin Store one and the Lily Silk, because I wanted to try Lily Silk products, and I also wanted to try vitamin C products. So but I don't ever want to come across like that to you guys. But it was just the timing of everything. Of the products, the one products in the vitamin C video were delayed. So that's kind of how it, and then there's deadlines and timelines that they want you to put the video out. So that's just why I had 3 videos this week. This one I'm filming on the Sunday, but I don't think I'm going to put it out on the Sunday, and I'll probably put it out sometime in the week. But to get back to kind of what I was talking about, I was out grocery shopping. I always get my groceries on Sunday morning, so I was wearing my mask, so that's why if you see a line there, that's what that was from. So yes, really, really nice. I'm liking the foundation so far. So just to kind of keep it real here, the concealer I'm going to be using today, I didn't want to purchase another concealer because I have so much of the one that I'm going to show you. It's not my favorite concealer from Covergirl, just being honest with you. It's the Covergirl, the True Blend Undercover Concealer. Has that, like the black and striped top. And this is in the shade Golden Natural M100. I did a whole first impression. I compared this one to the L'Oreal, the Infallible concealer. Did not like the L'Oreal Infallible at all. Did not work for me. Very, very drying under my eyes. But I did enjoy this one. This one, it was okay. It's not my favorite concealer. It's just an okay concealer for me. It does a nice job of covering up the dark circles, which I'll show you. But it's not one that I gravitate to on a daily basis. I'll throw the thumbnail onto the screen for you guys, so you can, if you did want to check it out, the comparison that I did. It's a very thick formula. Like I barely need to put anything here. I'm just going to take it up where I'm really dark today. And I'm going to put a little bit, I'm just going to use it as my primer on my eyelids as well. I use the L'Oreal one to do like spot correcting on my face. This one I sometimes will use that as well. It's very like a light, you can see by the shade, it's very light. But like I said, this one does do creasing under my eye, and just not my favorite, but we'll work with it. So I'm just going to put it on with the sponge first, and then I will use my fingers to blend the rest of it out. See how it's, and that's even with eye cream on, and then I put that serum on. You can kind of see in here where it's already, I'm going to come a little closer for you guys. Right in here, I can already see it's just accentuating my wrinkles just a little bit. But whatever, we're just going to work with it. And don't get me wrong, there's some people that absolutely love this concealer, and it may work for you. It just doesn't work very well for me. But like the coverage is good. Like you can see the coverage. It's done a quite nice job with the darkness under my eyes. It's just that just has that little bit of a drying for me. So I am going to try a new powder that I picked up. I have a couple of Covergirl powders. I'll show you which ones that I have used in the past, but this one is a new one for me. So this is just the Instant Wrinkle Blurring Pressed Powder. This has hyaluronic acid and also vitamin C complex in it. So I just have this one in the shade Translucent. I do prefer more when I buy it like a pressed powder, I like translucent. I don't want to deposit usually any more color, so that's why I usually go with those ones. So it's a non-drying pressed powder that does not settle into fine lines and wrinkles, makes skin look fresh and more youthful, instantly reduces the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, makes pores less visible, lightly mattifying, no caking, no flaking. So that's the powder, and then underneath it has just a little holder, and this is one of those like foamy kind of applicators. So you know what, I'm gonna be daring today, and I'm gonna use the applicator. I would normally use a brush to do under my eyes, but I want to see if they're saying that this is going to help with wrinkles and stuff like that. I want to give it a try. So I'm just gonna put some powder on the applicator and do oh, okay, yeah, there's some powder there. All right, so you can see on this side here it has done like a more of a blurring effect than this side. Interesting. I wonder what it would look like with a brush now. So let's go in with a brush. So I'm just going to go with my e.l.f. just like a powder brush. And let's see what this looks like. Okay, so I do like it better with the applicator for blurring. It's definitely more blurred on this side that I use the applicator than with the brush. And then the other two powders that I have from Covergirl, I have the Covergirl, this is just a loose mineral powder in the shade Banana because I do like a brighter under eye. Now this one, when I have used it in the past, it can be, I have to use a very, very hydrating concealer when I'm using this, but it has like a little, just like a little poofy sponge, and then it has what most powders do. It has the little holes where you can put product in the lid if you want to do that. But if you have very dry under eyes, I would just suggest using a very, very hydrating concealer before you use this. It can be a little bit drying. The Maybelline Fit, I find, is not as drying as this one. And then the powder that I've actually been using before I tried this one here is just, it's the Clean Fresh line. Again, I have it in the translucent. This one has more of a powder, like this is more of like a poofy. This is plastic on this side, and then the poofy sponge top is on that side. And this one I also have in translucent, the shade. So I really enjoy this one. This one's a very nice powder. It doesn't make my face look very dry, and it's just like a really nice finishing powder. But yeah, we'll see how this one works. I do like how it's not looking dry at all on my face on this side where I thought it would, because it's again, pressed powders aren't my usual favorites to go to, and I've been really getting into not wearing a lot of powder on my face. So that's all the face set right now that I'm going to do. We're going to go into the eyes now. So I picked up a little cute little palette because I didn't see a lot of, at least where I get my drugstore products, I didn't see like a bunch of eyeshadow palettes from Covergirl. It's just the Covergirl True Naked Sunshine Escapes is the actual little palette name. But it just has some cute little shades, I thought. I probably didn't use my best judgment when I purchased this, just because the really light shade is quite shimmery. And then this one is a little bit, I'm going to say it's a little dark to use as my transition shade, but I don't want to use a shimmer all over my lid. That's just going to look horrible. So I will just kind of dip my brush into this one. So I'll have probably more of a darker look today, but we'll just kind of roll with that. Okay, so I like that it's not as dark as I thought it was going to be. It looks a little bit darker in the pan than when I put it on, so I do quite enjoy that shade. That's nice. And what surprised me is, for a drugstore palette, I usually don't have a lot of success with drugstore palettes. There isn't a lot of fallout, and this is actually quite pigmented. I only had to put like a couple of I only had to pick it up in the pan a little bit and put it on, so that's actually quite good. And it's not like really like a chalky. Sometimes I find with drugstore palettes, eyeshadow palettes, they can be really chalky. But this one, they're blending in quite nicely. I'm not having to really work at it to apply it, so that's a good thing. So that, I'm going to go into this dark one right here, and I'm just going to put it right on the outer part just to kind of deepen things up somewhat. So I'm just using more of just like a tapping motion with this brush. I don't want to take it down too far, or it just makes my eyes look even like droopier. So I'm just trying to get it right into this, right into the hollow of my eye socket, and then just right into the, on the mobile lid. And then I'm going to just take that same fluffy brush and just make sure that everything is blended together. I think this is such a nice little like a nice little palette. It would be perfect for like traveling when we can travel again. It's just such a cute little palette that you can just throw in your bag, and it doesn't take up a lot of space. I think it's trying to be like those little e.l.f. bite-size little palettes, but yeah, this is really cute. Now I think what I'll do is I want to put a little bit of shimmer just to kind of open my eye up a little bit in the corners. So we'll go in with that one right there. They don't really have shade names, so it's more of like a vanilla shimmer shade. And that one I'm just going to apply with my fingers. Let's see, it's just like a nice gold color. And I'm just going to put that right in the corners of my eye. And I'm just taking that like halfway up the lid. And then I'm going to blend it together again. Okay, so that's actually a cute little palette. I liked how it worked out. I just ran some eyeshadow just underneath my lower lid there. Next, we're going to go in with eyeliner. So I picked up the Covergirl Perfect Point Plus eye pencil, and this is in the shade Espresso. So I do prefer more of a, this is going to be more like between a black and a brown. I think that it just looks nicer than a complete black. Not that, I mean, I use black. You guys know that I use black, but it's just nice every once in a while to use something that isn't entirely black. That's what it looks like. Now you'll see right here on the very top, it's protected by plastic, and then you have to push it up to get the actual pencil. But that's the shade right there. So it's just a nice brown. I think sometimes, for me especially, when I use black, it just can sometimes look a little harsh on the eyes. So I do like how it's just a nice softer color. And when I do my eyeliner, yes, I know I'm going to hear a collective gasp that yes, I pull my eye back a little bit. You're not supposed to. That's the only way that I can get it onto my eyes so that the line doesn't get all creased at the end here. But I usually start in the middle and just give like little short strokes right at the hairline, and then I bring it back. So I'm also going to tight line just under my waterline here. And I haven't done like a big thick line on my top. You can see it's just kind of a nice thinner line. Oh. So just a word of caution, if you do bring it up too far, I actually had a piece break off. I don't know if you can see that. So I had a little piece break off. So I guess I wound it up too far. So I've just put it up now a tiny little bit. And hopefully it doesn't break. Because that was just like a whole waste. That's quite a bit of product. And it also has one of those, on the end here, it has like one of those little smudgers. So I'm going to take that smudger and kind of accentuate the line. And I do like the pencils when they're self-sharpening. And this one does say it is water resistant. So I think I will go ahead and I'm just going to use it just in my waterline, on the lower waterline as well. All right, so the pencil, I'm going to say, is okay. It's not like the softest pencil I've used, but I mean, like I said, I like how it's retractable, like you can it's self-sharpening. I do like the color. I can see that it's just a nice, like a brown color. Just, it's a little bit hard. I mean, for part of it to break off, I mean, yes, I had it up a little bit high, but when you're working with a new pencil, sometimes you don't know what things it'll do. Then we're going to try out a new mascara. This is the Covergirl Lash Blast Volume Mascara. So it says that it's 10 times the volume. And I have this in the shade Very Black. Get a blast of bold volume with iconic Lash Blast Mascara from Covergirl. The Lash Blast Volume Boosting Formula and brush are designed to leave you with a big, bold lash look. So we'll give it a try. I'm not going to use like an eyelash curler. I want to see what this actually does. So the wand is one of those like a little prickly type of wands. Sometimes not my favorite type of wand to use. And then when you open it up, it has like the cover on the top. So just screw that off, and then you put the wand in. And I'm just going to make sure I can get a whole bunch of product on the brush. Well, I don't know. Yeah, it's not really giving me volume. Okay, so that's one coat compared to the other side with nothing on it yet. I mean, it's okay, I guess. It's not, I don't know. Let's do the other eye, and then I'll go in with another coat. Okay, so that's now a coat each on each eye. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's nothing like awesome. It's just kind of giving me a little bit of volume. It's not giving me really any lengthening at all. So I'm just going to go and I'm just going to do another coat. All right, so now we're going to move on to the rest of the face. Like I said, the mascara, I don't know, you guys, it's nothing to write home about. To be like, that's just my opinion. I think it's just an okay mascara. It's nothing, it's not really giving me any sort of lengthening or volumizing. So it's just like, it was kind of a meh for me. So I have a couple of products for like to use my bronzer and blush. I picked up this cute little palette. I think it came out not last year, but the year before. It's just the True Blend Serving Sculpt palette, but it has a blush, a highlighter, and a bronzer. And this one is 500, so I'm not sure what, if that, oh yes, that's right. There was another one that had, I believe the blush was more of a pinky color, like it was more of like a darker pink color. Let's see if I can swatch these if they show up here. So there's the blush, highlighter, and bronzer. But I also, from a long time ago, I have this little bronzer. It's just the CoverGirl True Blend bronzer. And it's more of like a marbled. So just on the top here, I've put that one. It has more like gold undertones to it. I haven't used it for like a really, really long time. But it will kind of go with the gold that I have going with my eyes. It has just like a bit of an iridescence to it. It definitely has some like little shimmery flecks in there. But I think it does a pretty decent job. It's not like looking overly patchy. Kind of blend this out. It's quite dark in this area here, so I'm just going to use my sponge. If you ever do that, like if you can see that it's like quite dark, I always just grab my sponge and it'll pick up some of the product. Yeah, the one in the trio there is more of a matte bronzer, and that would probably look nice for contouring. I don't do a lot of contouring. I think that did okay. I don't know if sometimes the lights and everything, it's kind of harder to see. The camera will probably pick it up a little bit better. But it's definitely more of an iridescent bronzer. And it's in the shade, this one just says number 200 bronze. Now the blush we're going to go in with is a new one for me. Haven't tried this one. I saw it on one of my friends' channels. It's the CoverGirl True Blend. And it's called So Flushed. It's a high pigment blush. And I have this in the shade 320 Love Me. And this was the one that, her name's Danielle. This is the one that she picked out as well. And I did really like the shade when I saw it in the store. It's quite pretty. It's a nice pink shade. So I think I'm going to go in with that one instead of the one in here, because this is more of like an apricot color. And I do more of a stippling motion and put it right back into my hairline. But yeah, that is really pretty, isn't it? Oh, I like that. That is quite nice. And I do like the shade. They had about 4 different shades, but I like this one that she had picked out. And it's not like a chalky blush. So what I am going to use is the highlighter in the palette. And it does say that it's called Bloom Babe. That's quite nice. It's more of like a rosy undertone to the highlighter. And then I'm just going to take that down my nose and my Cupid's bow. And then before I finish off the lips, I do want to set my brows. So this is the CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow. So it's just like a little spoolie. I really like this, especially if I'm going to be going out and I'll be out for a while. This does a really nice job of keeping everything in place. And then for lip products, I actually have 2 lip products, but they're new to me, so I haven't used them. Don't know how they're going to stay on. No idea. This one says it's the 24-hour matte. It's like a lipstick, and it's in the shade 600 Stay With Me. The packaging looks like that. Oh, it's okay. So it's just a kind of a different little packaging, and then that's the shade right there. So I'll go in with this first. I don't have like a lip liner for CoverGirl. It's very creamy. It's actually a very pretty shade. Wasn't sure exactly. It's hard sometimes to see by the packaging what the actual lipstick looks like. It feels very comfortable on the lip, and it doesn't, it says that it's matte, but I mean it's not looking like overly drying at all. So this product here, I'm not sure if it's an actual lip gloss, but when I read the product again, like the label, it says CoverGirl Melting Pout Vinyl Vow. I have this in the shade 200 Nudist Dream, but when I put it out, it's like I don't know, it's like kind of like a creamy. Oh, interesting. Okay. So I just swatched it. It's right here. This is almost like a buxom, like a lip cream. Okay, well, I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was going to be like a lip gloss, but well, let's give it a try. Let's just kind of see what it'll probably mix and match. Okay, so it's designed more to just be on its own. I just wanted to play with the color a little bit. Okay, so they're not bad together. Like I said, I thought it was going to be like a lip gloss. Okay, so this is the completed look. I'm actually quite happy with how the whole look turned out and with some of the new products that I was trying. I really am liking the foundation. For my first time using it, I know it's been around forever. I really enjoy the L'Oreal, their Age Perfect line, the foundation for that. But this one is quite nice as well with that hyaluronic acid and the vitamin C on it. It has left my skin quite soft and it's definitely not like a matte. It has a little bit of radiance to it. And what's really impressing me is it's not settling. I don't know if you can kind of see in here. It's really not settling into my fine lines as much as other foundations. I've had it on, I'm going to say, probably about an hour now through all the filming. And the powder that I tried with the foundation, really can see the difference between when I use the applicator and when I use the brush. The applicator side is way, way more blurred than the powder side. So the next time I use it, I'll be using that little applicator that comes with it. But so far, very nice. It doesn't have the drying like a normal powder does, like especially pressed powders. I'm always leery about those because they do tend to dry my skin out. But I guess with the foundation has the hyaluronic acid and the vitamin C. So that's helping not make it like drying. Really actually enjoying the blurring serum that I put on my face and also the eye lift serum. And I think that's helped with how the foundation applied and also how the powder applied. The serum, what I can see the difference in the under eye serum is that concealer that I said is always very drying really isn't drying my under eye out as much as other times that I've used it. I can see some of my wrinkles kind of coming through, but it not anywhere near as when if I didn't use this serum. So I think that's really helped it not look as drying under my eye. So I'm going to continue to use both of these, and I'll probably have them in some other videos. But yeah, so far really liking those. If you just like a nice little, just something nice, cute little palettes. Again, neutral shades, which are my love. But yeah, I think they did a nice job. Didn't have a lot of fallout. Very pigmented, surprising for a drugstore eyeshadow palette. And very easy to blend in. I wasn't really working hard at it didn't get all like patchy on me or anything like that. So yeah, I'm actually quite impressed with the eyeshadow palette. This one here I will be using in another video because I want to try the blush and the bronzer out and see what they look like. But yeah, really like that highlighter. That was quite nice. Gives me just a nice little iridescent glow on my cheek and on my nose and stuff. So yeah, that was quite nice. And the blush, very pigmented. I like the color. This was a very nice shade, not very chalky. So it didn't like go, as soon as you put it on, sometimes I can feel it kind of fluttering around in my face. But no, I didn't have that with this one. So again, doesn't make my cheeks look overly dry. I think that may be a new favorite blush. Really like that one. The eyeliner. I mean, the eyeliner is okay. So far, it's staying in my waterline. So that's a good sign because it did say it was water resistant. So far it's staying in my waterline. I mean, it's an okay eyeliner. It's a little bit hard. Like I like more of a softer pencil. This is almost like I'm going to compare it to like a kohl pencil. Kohl pencils I find very hard on the eyes. I do like more softer ones. And this one's kind of like a little bit hard, I found. So that was just my only complaint with that. I guess my biggest fail, I'm just trying to think of, do I have everything? My biggest fail out of everything is the mascara. I don't really see a big huge difference in my eyes. The mascara didn't give me like, I'm looking trying to see, like it didn't really give me anything extra volumizing. I don't think it really gave them any lift or length, like yeah. So I guess out of everything, that's my biggest fail was the mascara. And then some of the products I've already shown on my channel lots of times before, the eyebrow pencil I enjoy that one. That's one of like my second favorite. The bronzer, I think that did a nice job. But again, I've had this on my channel before. Not a lot. I think it maybe once or twice I've had the bronzer on. But yeah, it just, if you like more of a matte bronzer, then you probably wouldn't like this one, because this one does have just a little bit of iridescent shine on it. And it's a nice shade. It's not like a gray type of bronzer, like an undertone. So I do enjoy that one. The eyebrow setting gel, really like that. I know my brows are not going to be going anywhere all day. And I'm actually really enjoying the lipstick. Like I said, it is a matte, but it's very comfortable. I mean, I've had it on for probably about half an hour now. It's not looking dry. It's not making my lips like dry feeling. Sometimes when that's the one thing about like a matte lipstick, is it can make your lips look really really dry. But this one's very comfortable, and I mean, you can see it kind of has like a little bit of just a tiny bit of a sheen. That was even before I put the gloss on it. So yeah, it was almost like a satiny finish when I was putting it on. So really enjoying that. I think it's a nice color for spring. So just a couple things I need your help with is, one thing, let me know down in the comments whether you would like to see a beauty haul. And the only reason I'm asking is because I did pick up quite a few products from the Sephora VIB sale, and I'm not sure when I'm going to get to them all, but I wanted to let you know what I have kind of coming up. I picked up quite a few products and I'm really excited to try those out. But I also picked up a bunch of drugstore products. But I know I have viewers that you like two different, you like high-end and you like drugstore. So I did pick up some drugstore items, but I just want you guys to let me know whether you'd like to see that as like a haul, and then you can kind of see what's going to be coming up. Because I only like to do videos if you guys want to see that. I don't want to make videos if you guys don't want to see that sort of thing. But yeah, so just let me know in the comments down below whether you'd like to see that. And then I also have I want to do, I actually had a viewer request. She asked if I could do like a Maybelline, like a one brand kind of video. So I think I have enough Maybelline products to do like a full Maybelline. I did one kind of at the, like when my channel first started, like 2 years ago. I think I did a Maybelline one back then, but I think things have changed since then. So I have enough products I think to do Maybelline. I still have an e.l.f. one I wanted to do. There's a couple products I'm holding out on. We kind of get e.l.f. products here late, and I'm trying to see whether they are going to come before I do an e.l.f. video, but I do want to do one. And what was the other brand? Oh, Physicians Formula. I want to do a Physicians Formula. Again, there's a couple products I'm just kind of holding off on. I'm waiting for them, and if I don't get them, then I'll just go ahead and do a Physicians Formula one as well. But I like doing one brand videos, and they're just a lot of fun because there are so many products that I think are such good quality, especially drugstore. And like I said, I like to mix it up. I like to do drugstore and high end, and I know I have a bunch of viewers there that you like drugstore and high end. That's kind of why I do that. But just so you know that there's going to be some of those videos coming out. So before you head out, I would love it if you would consider subscribing to my channel. And if you enjoy like mature makeup and skincare, that sort of thing, just make sure to hit that little notification bell right beside the subscribe button, and that way you're notified whenever I upload new videos. And give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy this sort of content. And you can also follow me. I've got Instagram, I've got Twitter, I've got Facebook, so you can always follow me over on those. Everything is always listed down in the description box. Everything that I've used today is also down in the description box. It's linked and listed. And if you do happen to use one of those affiliate codes, I really thank you so much for supporting my channel. That helps a lot. Like I said, I purchase most products, unless I'm doing like a video where somebody sent me product, which aren't, a lot. I do, ones here and there. But for the most part, I purchase everything on my channel. So anytime you use an affiliate code, I really, really appreciate it. And thank you very much for doing that. And as always, I hope everybody has a great week and a great life. And I will see you all very soon in my next video. Bye.